Hello there, Yozama here. Thank you for clicking on this video. So today we are going to talk about Winx Club and Fate, the Netflix saga. Yes, the Netflix saga, not the Winx saga, because this has nothing to do with Winx. So after watching the 6 episodes of season 1, I actually started watching the original Winx Club cartoon, and I found myself enjoying the original Winx Club way more than the Netflix adaptation. I'm in my 20s, but I really enjoy watching the Winx Club, and actually way more than Fate, the Netflix saga. So today we are going to talk about a few of the points that are important in my opinion and that weren't well developed in Fate, the Winx saga. So let's start with the friendship between the 5 fairies. So back in the original cartoon, the 5 fairies became friends very easily and it came very naturally. The 5 of them would go on adventures, they would help each other, and there was a lot of love, compassion, loyalty and respect between them, and they were always there for each other and genuinely loved each other. And it was a very beautiful story of them growing together and finding more about their powers. While in the new series, whenever the 5 fairies are together, it always feels very forced and very fake. Whenever they are together, it's not because they want to be together, it's because the plot wants them to be together. The friendship aspect, it's not there. We don't really feel that the 5 fairies are becoming friends. At best, it's Aisha and Bloom doing something together, and Tara running after Musa wanting to be best friends, but Musa is always annoyed by her. Whenever the 5 fairies are together, they're always super annoyed with each other and cannot really stand each other. At the end, when they do come together, everything feels super forced and fake, and most of all, unearned. And the fact that they put a boy between Stella and Bloom is still ridiculous to me, because nowadays girls cannot just be friends. In every show we always see a love triangle, and I think Winx had a very good opportunity to show this very pure and genuine friendship without all the drama, without the boy drama. But I guess Netflix decided they don't want to spread positivity. The other thing that really bugs me is the world building, the characters. So the original Winx Club had a huge source material of a very diverse characters and very exciting stories, and they had this huge world. We had elves, we had leprechauns, we have huge monsters. The headmistress of Cloud Tower, the school for witches, was this very cool witch. She didn't look very much human, but now all of them are replaced by humans. I don't have anything against humans, but the fact that you actually have source material, you have characters that are already developed, but you're not using them, it is really mind-blowing to me. You could have had this beautiful bright world, but you threw that away and replaced it with something generic. Also, the fact that Cloud Tower and Red Fountain and Althea, the 3 schools, are no longer different, and actually Cloud Tower, the school for witches, does not exist anymore. It's still something that I cannot explain to myself, because now the world of Winx feels very small, and all the magic that was poured into the original Winx Club now is gone. Also, by having 3 different schools, they could have played with the aesthetic. Obviously, the fairies, the bright, colorful world of Althea, and then the specialists who have their cool outfits and their cool gadgets, and they have more of an earthy aesthetic in them. And then obviously you have Cloud Tower with the dark vibes of the witches. It could have been visually beautiful, but they didn't go for it. I guess they wanted to be more rooted in our world for whatever reason, because we already have so many stories like that, and we don't have this story for fairies and witches and specialists. Now everybody looked the same. And the other thing that is missing is the futuristic vibe that the original Winx Club had. I cannot explain to myself why they will resort to same old California or same old forest when they had a very, very unique world. So let's come to the characters. So obviously in the original Winx we had Flora, Bloom, Tecna, Stella and Musa, but now Flora and Tecna are no longer in there. Oh wait.
It's a family thing. I've got this cousin called Flora. My mum's thing. I've got this cousin called Flora.
Yes, exactly. Flora is now not a main character, not secondary character. She is a name drop. I really want one of the creators to come out and really explain why is Flora not in there and why is Tecna not in there. It's really a huge question and topic for me because Flora was my favorite character and many other people loved her as well. And not seeing her in there, it's really kind of heartbreaking. But anyways, let's talk about the characters that we have. Tara. Tara is a joke. No, not because I think she's a joke. She is a joke to every other character in the series. Because she's overweight, because she's not confident, because she's shy, because she doubts herself. Netflix really had the chance to showcase an overweight girl to be confident and powerful and be herself and doesn't give really an F what the other think about her, but they did resort to the overweight girl being shy and not confident. And good job for women empowerment. Obviously Stella is the biggest letdown for me because she used to be this ray of sunshine and now she is reduced to the basic B word. Blonde hair, blue eyes, it girl. The cartoon Stella was selfish, yes. Was she entitled? Yes. Was she superficial? Yes. But over time, she developed and she was always there for her friends and always showed compassion and loyalty and really cared for her friends. While the new Stella is just a basic B word. I think Aisha is the highlight of the show. I really did like her. Yes, was she a snitch? Yeah, but in general she was the most sane and level-headed of all, and yes, she did not have a lot of backstory, but she did compromise with the good character. If we must talk about Musa, okay, we will talk. What should I say? She's plain, she's boring. I really dislike Musa. Every time we see her, she's annoyed by something. She plays into that role of, I'm not like other girls. Oh, leave me alone. I'm so annoyed by you. There is nothing to her character. I'm so sorry, but she's plain and boring. And obviously we have Bloom, who was super hopeful and excited and curious. Now she has been reduced to just another rebellious teenager who is driven by her hate for her parents and is driven by anger and almost burned her parents. The previous Bloom used to be driven by love and curiosity, but now it's all about anger and hate. And obviously we have the specialists who are either jerks and assholes or plain. If Sky wasn't in the series, it wouldn't make a difference. And actually the only two guys that we have from the original specialists are now Riven and Sky. Brandon is not there, Helly is not there, Timmy is not there. They're all either jerks or plain and boring. And obviously we have the tricks. Oh, wait, we don't have the tricks anymore. We have a girl named Beatrix that replaced the tricks. I do like Beatrix, but the fact that they replaced 3 strong witches with one girl is still a bit hurtful because they were amazing, mean, evil, and so powerful, and now they have been reduced to one girl who, I don't know, it's a bit spoiled. And obviously point number 4 is the lack of originality. Again, you had this huge source material with a huge diverse world, truly diverse, and you reduced it to the average magic school girl finding her powers story. There's nothing more to your story. Winx used to have this futuristic vibe, the cool gadgets, the ships and everything, but now they have nothing. For example, Harry Potter. Harry Potter was obviously in modern day London, but they still had Diagon Alley. Obviously, you could feel that there is a huge world out there just like that, but in the Winx Club, we did not even get magics, the capital, we didn't get anything that looks magical. You had a castle and a forest, and that's it. And as I said, you could have had this beautiful contrast between the beautiful bright fairies and the dark witches, and it could have been visually stunning, but we did not go for that. And point number 5 is the constant preaching in the show. For example, the mother of Bloom saying, "Don't feminist me." Who says that? Who speaks like that? Nobody. People in Riverdale, and Riverdale is not it. Also saying Beatrix, not her, Beatrix.
If Silver catches her up here. Beatrix. Not her. Beatrix.
What does that even mean? Also, the first time Sky and Bloom talk, Bloom says, "Don't mansplain me." He wasn't even mansplaining you. And throwing words like mansplaining and the patriarchy and feminism, it's useless. It doesn't do any good by just throwing words without actual meaning. The more we repeat words like that, they really lose their power. Because anytime a man is explaining something to a woman, now that's mansplaining. Every time a man gets a promotion and the woman doesn't get a promotion, that's the patriarchy, and that's not it. Let's talk about the positive things in Fate, the Netflix saga. First of all, I think that the visual effects were amazing. That's why I know that they can do better. It was visually beautiful, but they could have done way more than that. Also, the fact that it wasn't overly sexualized, thank God. I mean, I don't want to see another episode of Sabrina 16-year-olds doing things that are not meant for 16-year-olds. No, thank God for that. And yes, we did have a few plot twists that were kind of interesting, so good for that, but you can do much better than that. Few things I want to see in season 2, if they do get one, I think that they will. So a few things I want to see is obviously better outfits. There's this video by this girl and she explained what outfits were appropriate for each fairy, and I think that she did a great job, so check that out because the outfits were a nightmare. A nightmare. A total wreck nightmare. Ugly ass outfits. Obviously I want to see Flora and Tekna back. I want them to be the main characters again. I think they will be great and they can do so much with them. I also want to see a bigger world. I want to see color technology. I want to see more of the futuristic vibes of the real Winx Club. I think they have a lot of potential to have spin-offs about the Trick Sisters, about the Specialists even, and I want to be able to separate the fairies from the Specialists from the witches. And if you're not bringing in the witches, then I want to really be able to separate the Specialists from the fairies. I want the two of them to have different aesthetics because it would just be better visually and it would make for a bigger world. So that was my opinion on Fate, the Netflix saga. I did like it, but it's nowhere near as good as the original Winx Club. I think there are a lot of missed opportunities because they could have made a better show easily. They have so much source material and all of the characters need more character development because all of them are plain and there is no really depth to them because all of the characters are pretty plain and boring, and this is not what Winx is. You would never associate plain and boring with Winx Club. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know, did you enjoy Fate the Winx saga or Fate the Netflix saga? Let me know down below. See you in the next video and may the force be with you.